Who am I doing? Scorpio. Scorpio. Yeah. Hey, Scorpio. It's Jen here. I'm doing a bonus reading for you for January. Do 3 cards. Oop, there we go. 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is when, for me, when a mental switch just switches on or off. In the sense that you're done. You're absolutely done with something. It just clicks in your brain. Wow. And you're not, look at this 10 of Cups. Okay, it's crazy. And you have one more, the Star. Holy crap. All right, let me take a minute here to gather my thoughts, how I'm going to say this. There's this King of Wands right in the middle. So it could be a person, it could be someone that's, if they're not an actual fire sign or have a lot of fire in their chart, that presents that way. So someone who's very dynamic, very engaging, they have a lot of energy, they're doers. They can even be sort of inspirational, something about them to you, not everyone may see this, but to you, they have qualities that you want or qualities you possess or that you admire, or they stir something in you. It could be passion. It could be someone that you're really attracted to. Don't worry about gender here. This is an energy. It could be a desire within you. I mean, the 10 of Swords is anxiety, it's overthinking, it's trying to stress your way to an answer or overthink your way or argue your way, or it's comment your way. I don't know. It's like doing all these sort of futile things. But the realization is that something needs to drastically change, whether that's the end of the situation that's causing that, or a change in your approach, a change in your thinking. It could be also the King of Wands, that you've found something that is inspiring you. And it could have to do something with healing, with the Star card there. But whatever this 10 of Swords is, and whatever this new passion is, whether it's a person or just new inspiration in your life that brings about healing, on the other side lays this 10 of Cups. It's like, what is your happily ever after? That's what the 10 of Cups. It doesn't promise you a certain happily ever after. It promises you your happily ever after. But in order to get that, you have to figure out what that is. What does that mean to you? It could mean, you can't see this gorgeous Star card. Let's see if I can. Is that in? Yeah, sorry about the fucking glare. It's going to depend on where you are in your life. Okay, this is something that could be coming up for some of you. Maybe what you thought was your happily ever after when you previously, and this realization can kind of come whenever. It could be that, so it could be when you first got into a relationship, you were looking for, I want someone that's college educated, I want someone that is hot, I want, whatever that criteria was. I think with experience, and again, this could be something that happens when you're young in a very short amount of time, or it could take a couple decades and a couple really horrible, relationships that you're like, how the fuck did I get into this? To just have this sort of epiphany with the 10 of Swords, where you're like, okay, that is changing, and there's no going back. It's like the door locks, the door closes behind you, it locks, there's no getting back through it for whatever reason. But that's a good thing. And this leads to your healing and your happiness. But doing that work to figure out how to make yourself happy before you invite anyone else in, because sometimes then we put the burden of our happiness on someone else, or vice versa. Someone could be doing this for you, or this could be happening with a friend. You just have to see, or as a general reading, it may not have anything to do with you. Could be something that happened in the past that is now coming up. And at this point in time, you're like, oh, it's all coming together. I mean, you have to really see what resonates, if anything, with you. But your happily ever after, the way in this it's reading, is through finding your own passion, your own inner King of Wands, and healing yourself. Whatever those 10 swords are, they need to be healed and changed into cups. And that takes, again, the star, all this healing, this inner healing, to find happiness. And then when you're happy alone, when you're comfortable with that, and you're comfortable and you're not looking externally for whatever, your whole outlook and perspective with relationships, especially romantic relationships, but with kind of all relationships, but I feel like this is romantic for some reason. Or though, maybe your 10 of Cups is to be single. You know what I mean? It doesn't. That's what you have to figure out. But once you kind of, and again, that changes. But once you've sort of figured that out, then I think people are less likely to get in relationships, and or more, yeah, and it's going to be quality over quantity, which makes it hard, because if you're not, dating, how do you know if you connect with someone? But it's like, you just know at this point, it's a feeling. So getting in touch with your intuition. Scorpios are very intuitive. To wait, because your gut's going to tell you that connection you have. But you don't feel compelled or any need because you're becoming more content inside. So think how much better it's going to be, instead of feeling like this, to feel like this. And that's all about your inner passion and wisdom and creativity, figuring out what you want. These are sort of I statements, accepting responsibility and taking action to bring the spark and the passion back in your life, and heal and be able to be excited and happy. I feel like having a more positive outlook, and not sweating the small stuff. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm making these short. Thank you, Scorpio. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.